All right, Shalom. This is Brother Kashakwala from the GMS Atlanta camp, giving all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, giving double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, love, salutation to the elect 144 first fruit. Coming to a lesson pertaining to in that day of trouble, the wicked will be tormented by angels and demons. Okay? All right? Because in that day, angels and demons, things from other dimensions are going to make themselves manifest. And if you have the Spirit of the Lord with you, they're not going to mess with you. Only maybe the right-handed angels will be guiding you and helping you out. Not the left-sided angels and demons. Okay? Because there is such thing as a left-sided angel. When you read in, I think 2 Kings or 1 Kings, the 22nd chapter. Okay? So I'm going to start off with Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 17. And usually when you read this, I'm not even going to lie, it's kind of like, man, it gets you on edge, but you got to pray to the Lord that he doesn't send these type of things to you, You got to pray to the Lord that he be on your side. The Lord is a terrible power. He can do certain things that can kill you, bug you out. Okay? That's why the scriptures in Hebrew says it's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. All right, this is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 17, verse 1. For great are thy judgments, and cannot be expressed. Therefore, unnurtured souls have erred. Okay, but it says, for great are thy judgments. And we all know the judgment of the Lord, especially knowing this knowledge. Okay, hold on, let me get something. We all know the judgment of the Lord, especially having the knowledge and understanding. Okay, Salat. It's at Romans chapter 1, verse 32. Knowing the judgment of the Most High, that which commit such things are worthy of death, not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them. So it says, who knowing the judgment of the Most High, meaning you know the judgment. And it says that they which commit such things are worthy of death. The things that they commit knowingly, because the scriptures talk about knowingly sinning. Okay, you know what you're doing. All right. It's kind of like a dog knowing what he's doing, and then you get on him, and he has that look on his face, and his ears flop down, like, oh shit, yeah, I know I did wrong. It's the same thing that the scripture is saying right here. Knowing the judgment of the Most High, that they which commit such things are worthy of death, not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them. That's a wicked person. He knows what he's doing. He knows committing adultery is unlawful. He knows it, but he's still going to do it, and he has pleasure in having sex with another man's wife. That's exactly what that's saying. But we know the judgment. That's like a wicked nigga in the truth. Okay? He knows what he's doing. He knows the laws, statutes, commandments. He knows the Lord doesn't condone that type of stuff, and yet he still does it in all pleasure. It's pleasing to him. It's pleasing to him to do wickedness. Okay? All right. For when unrighteous men thought to oppress the holy nation, so like these heathens, to oppress the Israelites, they being shut up in their houses, the prisoners of darkness, and fettered with bonds of a long night, laid there exiled from the eternal providence. Okay. All right, verse 3. For while they So, and this is going back to Egypt. All right. Verse 3. For while they supposed to lie in their hid in their secret sins, they were scattered under a dark veil of a forgetfulness, being horribly astonished and troubled with strange apparitions. Okay? The Lord made those demons manifest to the wicked, man. Okay? Those apparitions. All right? This is Exodus chapter 3, verse 17. Salat. 3 verse 18. And they shall hearken to thy voice, and thou shalt come, and thou and thy elders of Israel unto the king of Egypt, and ye shall say unto him, the Lord power of the Hebrews hath met with us. And now let us go, we beseech thee, 3 days' journey into the wilderness, that we may sacrifice to the Lord our power. All right. And I am sure that the king of Egypt will not let you go, no, not by a mighty hand, and I will stretch out my hand and smite Egypt with all my wonders, which I will do in the midst thereof, and after that he will let you go. Okay? Verse 3 is a mighty wonder. Okay? For while they supposed to lie hid in their secret sins, meaning they don't think no one will find them out what they were doing. Okay? Because they have no fear of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Okay? So let's go to Exodus 5:1. And afterward Moses and Aaron went in and told Pharaoh, thus saith the Lord power of Israel, let my people go. They're doing what they were commanded by Yahweh. That they may hold a feast unto me in the wilderness, so sacrifice unto the Lord. Okay, verse 2. And Pharaoh said, who is the Lord, that I should obey his voice to let Israel go? So it was almost like he was mocking and be like, man, who's this cat? You know what I'm saying? I know not the Lord, neither will I let Israel go. Okay, and what did Yahweh say to him aforetime? He says, and I am sure, Exodus 3:19, and I am sure that the king of Egypt would not let you go, no, not by a mighty hand. Okay, this is Exodus chapter 4 verse 21. And the Lord said unto Moses, when thou goest to return into Egypt, see that thou do all those wonders before Pharaoh, which I have put in thine hand, but I will harden his heart, that he shall not let the people go. And thou shalt say unto Pharaoh, thus saith the Lord, Israel is my son, even my firstborn, and I say unto thee, let my son go, that he may serve me. And if thou refuse to let him go, behold, I will slay thy son, even thy firstborn. Okay? But the point of the matter is, he says, but I will harden his heart. Exodus 5:2 reiterate what he said in Exodus 4 and Exodus 3. Okay? He said, I am sure the king of Egypt will not let you go. In Exodus 4, he said, but I will harden his heart, that he shall not let the people go. And Moses and Aaron went, and it manifested. And his heart was hardened, and he says, neither will I let Israel go. Okay? So in turn, the Most High sent upon wonders. Okay? He sent upon wonders to him. Alright? Exodus 3:20. And I will stretch out my hand and smite Egypt with all my wonders, which I will do in the midst thereof, and after that he will let you go. Okay? After that he will let you go. Okay? And this is a wonder. For while they supposed to lie hid in their secret sins, they were scattered under a dark veil of forgetfulness, being horribly astonished and troubled with strange apparitions. Okay? And I have this clip from this movie Insidious. Okay? This movie, man, I don't like scary movies. But it shows you a clear representation of what the Lord will do to you. and how he will make things manifest and torment you. Okay? You don't mess with Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man. He can make these things happen to you. You know? I'm just gonna play this clip. You know, it's pretty, to me, it's pretty disturbing. Cause, you know, seeing apparitions, that ain't what's up, man. You know? But you gotta pray to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai that these things don't come upon you. You see that? A strange apparition. That's a demon, man. That's manifest. And you can see it clear. These demons are going to be manifest in the day of trouble, man. And that day of trouble, that's an apparition. Okay, Wisdom of Solomon chapter 17 verse 3. For while they supposed to lie hid in their secret sins, they were scattered under a dark veil of forgetfulness, being horribly astonished and troubled with strange apparitions. Verse 4. For neither might the corner that held them keep them from fear. Okay? Like, you have nowhere else to go, so you go into a corner knowing that nothing's behind you, but you can see everything in front of you. Even that doesn't suffice. Okay? Verse 4 again. For neither might the corner that held them keep them from fear. You know, even that corner could be them running into their bed and putting the covers over their head. That's not even going to help. Okay? But noises as of waters falling down sounded about them, and sad visions appeared unto them with heavy countenances. Man, bro. In that day, that's going to happen, man. In Daniel's the 12th chapter, it says there will be, pretty much paraphrasing, there won't be a day or a time like any other time in the earth when Jacob's trouble hits. So we're reading about this right now. This is going to be intensified by 100 in that day, man. But if the Lord was with you, you're going to escape these things. These things aren't going to come upon you. They're going to be upon the wicked and the 2/3 and the heathens, man. This is who that's coming to. These wicked elite bankers who are going to be hiding in their bunkers, who think they're safe. It says right here, for neither might the corner that held them keep them from fear. So neither your bunkers will keep you from this, man. They'll be in their bunkers all living the life, for say, and a demon just pops up and starts tormenting them. The lights flickering on and off. It's going to get to that. Verse 5. No power of the fire might give them light. Neither could the bright flames of the stars. Neither could the bright flames. Salat. No power of the fire might give them light. Neither could the bright flames of the stars endure to lighten that horrible night. It was so dark that not even fire could be lit. If you put your hand on your face, you can't even see your hand. Okay? This is the terrible power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man. And in that day, if you get caught up, you're going to be seeing things like this, man. You see that, man? I ain't with it. I ain't with it. And it's moving. That's a strange apparition. Okay? That's a strange apparition. And these things are going to come manifest in that day, man. These things are going to come manifest, man. Verse 6. Only there appeared unto them a fire kindled of itself, very dreadful. For being much terrified, they thought the things which they saw to be worse than the sight they saw not. As for the illusions of art magic, okay, they were put down in their vaunting salat. As for illusions of art magic, they were put down in their vaunting, and wisdom was reproved with disgrace. Okay? For they that promised to drive away terrors and troubles from sick souls were sick themselves of fear, worthy to be laughed at. Worthy to be laughed at. That's when that Proverbs comes. I will laugh at you. And matter of fact, let's just get it. This stuff is real, man. The Lord ain't playing. Proverbs 1 and 21 and 22. How long, ye simple ones, will you love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you. Because I have called, and you refuse. I stretched out my hand, and no man regarded. Okay? He's trying to reach out to you. He's trying to give you a chance. He's reaching out his hand. And in turn, you want to slap it away. And now this demon is going to reach out his hand on you. Provided a little present from the Lord to you. Because you don't want to get right. Okay? And this is going specifically to you 2/3 niggas. You nigga men and you nigga women, man. Okay? Because I have called and ye refuse, I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded. But ye have set at naught my counsel and would none of my reproof. I also will laugh at your calamity and will mock you when your fear cometh. Okay? He will mock and laugh at you when your fear cometh. When your fear cometh as a desolation and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you. Is this not distress, anguish, and fear right now? Okay, verse 8 again. For they that promised to drive away terrors and troubles from a sick soul, meaning casting out demons, okay, were sick themselves of fear, worthy to be laughed at. We're going to laugh when this fear, when these apparitions, when these demons, when these left-sided angels become manifest at you. And they ain't going to be tormenting us. We're going to be laughing. And saying, I told you so. I told you these things were going to come. But yet you don't want to listen to the Lord. Okay? For though no terrible thing did fear them, yet being scared with beasts that pass by and hissing of serpents. Remember, it's dark. You can't see a thing. And they just hear these things. Running waters, seeing apparitions. Okay? I will mock you when your fear cometh. That's a fearful thing. When your fear cometh as a desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind. When distress and anguish cometh upon you. This is distress. You're uncomfortable. Anguish. All right? Desolation. And that's coming up in these few verses. Okay? Verse 9. For though no trouble, no terrible thing did fear them, yet being scared with beasts that passed by and hissing of serpents, they died for fear, denying that they saw the air, which could of no side be avoided. They died, man. Let's keep going. For wickedness condemned by her own witness is very timorous, and being pressed with conscience, always forecasted grievous things. Man, the Lord was tormenting their minds. They were messing with their heads, bro. Okay, because the Pharaoh didn't want to let them go, and Egypt, and that's it. Another thing that's going. Nothing's new under the sun. These Edomites don't want to let us go in Egypt right now, and this is what's coming to them. This is what. Yeah, I'm talking to you, you elite. This is what's coming to you. Y'all don't know who y'all messing with. Okay, verse 12. All right, for fear is nothing else but betraying of the succors which reason offereth. 13, and the expectation from within being less counteth the ignorance more than the cause which bringeth the torment. Verse 14, but they sleeping the same sleep that night, which was indeed intolerable, because when you read up, their nights were long. Okay, verse 3 again, for while they were supposed to lie hid in their secret sins, Salak, Salak, Salak. Verse 2, for when the unrighteous men thought to oppress the holy nation, they being shut up in their houses, the prisoners of darkness, and the fettered with the bonds of a long night, they were exiled from the eternal providence. Man, that night felt like forever. Okay? Verse 14 again, but they sleeping the same sleep that night, which was indeed intolerable. Man, they were getting tormented in their dreams, in their sleep. They couldn't go to sleep. They were just up, seeing these apparitions, hearing these hissing sounds, hearing these beasts, hearing wild beasts and stuff, rushing waters, feeling certain things brush up upon them, but they couldn't see or touch it and swing at it or something. All right? And which came upon them out of the bottoms of inevitable hell. Okay? Man, bro. Verse 15. Were partly vexed with monstrous apparitions. Monstrous apparitions. Look at that. That's a monstrous apparition. Look at the claws. Look at the head. That's a monstrous apparition. The way it's moving. Okay? And partly fainted, their hearts failing them. They were having heart attacks, man. That's why I say in verse 10, they died for fear. They were so scared they were having heart attacks, man. Partly fainted, their hearts failing them. For sudden fear and not looked for came upon them, and not looked for it was like the element of surprise. It just came up. Like what the you know what I'm saying? Like these monstrous apparitions just came about. This just popped up in their face, man, and astonished them so bad and surprised them so bad that they had a heart attack. Okay, verse 16. So then, when whosoever they fell down was straitly kept, shut up in a prison without iron bars. For whether he were a husbandman or shepherd, okay, for whether he was a husbandman or shepherd or laborer in the field, he was overtaken and endured with that necessity which could not be avoided. You can't avoid this, man. You can't avoid spirits. For they were all bound with one chain of darkness, whether it were a whistling wind or a mellowless noise of birds among the spreading branches, or of a pleasing fall of water running violently, or terrible sound of stones cast down, or running that could not be seen, of skipping beasts, or roaring voice, most savage wild beasts, for rebounding echo from the hollow mountains. These things made them to swoon for fear, for the whole world shined with clear light, and none were hindered in their labor. Over them only it spread and heavy night, an image that darkness which should afterwards receive them, but yet were they unto themselves more grievous than the darkness. The Lord ain't playing, man. The Lord ain't playing. And if Wisdom of Solomon, the 17th chapter, should put fire on you, man. That you don't be a part of this. This is a scary chapter. I'm going to say it like that, man. This is a scary chapter. Because I've heard some brothers' testimonies that they seen apparitions. They don't like seeing apparitions. I don't want to see an apparition. I don't want to be a part of this. So I'm going to pray to Yahweh Shemi Shai that is with me in that day, man. And even right now. Because they can become manifest through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemi Shai. Yahweh is a terrible power, man. He could do these things to you. But this is what's coming unto the wicked, man. And this is the left hand demon side, man. Okay? This is from the movie Insidious. This is what the definition of insidious is. Proceeding in a gradual, subtle way, but with harmful effects. With harmful effects, man. But it says proceeding in a gradual, subtle way. Weren't they not astonished? Weren't they not astonished? It says, were partly vexed with monstrous apparition, partly fainted, their hearts failing them. For a sudden fear, insidious. Because the monstrous apparitions came gradually in a subtle way. It says treacherous and crafty. They came slick and then popped up on their ass, man. And don't forget about these left-handed angels too. And I'm going to get this account and I'm going to close it out. First Chronicles. Matter of fact, I'm going to get two accounts because another one popped up in the mind. This is First Chronicles chapter 21 verse 17. And the Lord was displeased with this thing. Therefore he smote Israel. This is when David counted the children of Judah and Israel. All right. Satan got on top of him and made him do that. And David saying unto the Most High, I have sinned greatly because I have done this thing. But now I beseech thee, do away the iniquity of thy servant. For I have done very foolishly. And the Lord spake unto Gad, who was prophet, David's seer, saying, Go and tell David, saying, Thus saith the Lord, I offer thee three things. Choose thee one of them, that I may do unto thee. So Gad came to David and said unto him, Thus saith the Lord, choose thee. Either 3 years famine or 3 months be destroyed before thy foes, while that the sword of thine enemies overtake thee, or else 3 days of the sword of the Lord, even the pestilence in the land, and the angel of the Lord destroying throughout all the coasts of Israel. Now therefore advise thyself that what word I shall bring again to him that sent me. And David said unto Gad, I'm in a great strait, man. I don't know what decision to make. Let me fall now unto the hand of the Lord, for very great are his mercies, but let me not fall into the hand of men. So the Lord sent pestilence upon Israel, and there fell on Israel 70,000 men. Okay? The Most High sent an angel into Jerusalem to destroy it. And as he was destroying, the Lord beheld, and he repented from the evil, and said to the angel that destroyed it, It is enough. Stay now thine hand. And the angel of the Lord stood by the threshing floor of Salat, Ornan the Jebusite. The Lord had to tell the angel to stop. Like, yo, hey, that's enough. All right? But it killed 70,000 men of Israel. And it was going to do more. Okay? And the angel of the Lord destroying throughout all the coasts of Israel. So these angels and demons are coming upon these wicked. And they're going to destroy them, man. Let me get one more account. And then I'm going to close it out. It might be 2 Kings. It's a lot. Bear with me, Akim. Bear with me. I'm going to find it real quick. Because I think the same thing says in Isaiah. All right. 2 Kings 19:35, and it came to pass that that night the angel of the Lord went out and smote in the camp of the Assyrians 185,000, so 185,000. Okay, and when they arose early in the morning, behold, they were all dead corpses. So the angel of the Lord ain't playing either, man. So if you wicked in that day of trouble, these things are gonna meet you. And something like this is gonna meet you, but from an angel of the Lord, man. And you can't forget, and you can't forget, and you can't forget. These men are gonna meet you too. The hunters of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. They're gonna meet you as well. Okay? Hey man, pray to the Lord. Pray to the Lord that He stays with you, man. Okay? I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, love, salutation to the elect 144 first fruit. Alright? Like I always say at the end of my videos, man, all hell's about to break loose. The chip is already here. Hey, and stick with the Lord, man. Stick with the Lord, okay? Shalom.